Hey guys, this is Dr. Anthony Pellegrino from Absolute Chiropractic in Seagirt, and yeah, I was just a couple minutes ago rear-ended at a stoplight in Wall Township. And first off, if you're watching this, obviously I'm okay, car's okay. The person who hit me is a little bit banged up. But yeah, I'm okay, car's okay. I'm actually home safely right now. I just wanted to kind of quick and stop. So I wanted to review kind of some of the things that happened and what happens with things like motor vehicle accidents, and why me and my misfortune is a good lesson for all of us. Now, the reason is, well, first off, what was happening, I was just kind of sitting right here and sitting, hands on the steering wheel. I'm at a stoplight, and I heard a loud bang behind me. So what I did was I just lifted up with my eyes, I looked in the rearview mirror, and then I saw the car from behind me come up and hit me from behind. And what happened was my head went back like this, and if anything, I have a slight headache, and it's just from, I believe it's just from my head literally hitting the headrest behind me, which is good. That's the worst thing that happened. Now, here's some things that you guys need to know about motor vehicle accidents. First off, whiplash and concussion injuries can happen at as little as 5 to 9 miles an hour. 5 to 9 miles an hour. That's so short. That's so slow. All right. Now, if you want to look at a couple things, first off, if you're in an accident, if you feel fine, that is not necessarily always okay. And the reason why is if it's a worse accident, I mean, your adrenaline is pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping. So one of the first things that you're going to do is obviously like throw on your e-brake. I drive a stick, so my e-brake came on right away, but put the car in park. If it's an automatic, put on the e-brake. Take the keys out of the ignition because you want that car to be off. If there's a fuel leak or something like that, you absolutely want that car to be off. You don't know the extent of the damage. If you are injured, if it is a worse accident, just look straight ahead. I was an EMT for 10 years. We're actually trained when it comes to motor vehicle accidents to approach the car from the front. The reason why is, you can think about it, let's say somebody has a head or a neck injury, their adrenaline's pumping, they have no idea. We come from the side, say, hey, Mrs. Jones. She looks over to the left and boom, she has a neck injury, she severs her spinal cord and she's paralyzed. We do not want that. So just keep looking straight ahead, all right? The other thing you need to know as well is, if, in my case, I heard a loud bang and I just looked up with my eyes. I did not turn my whole head to the side, which is excellent because research, and actually I love studying and helping people who have suffered whiplash and concussion injuries. Research finds is that in the 5 to 9 days, or not the 5 to 9 days, in those 5 to 9 mile an hour ranges, if you have any head rotation at all, it greatly, as you get hit, it greatly increases the shearing injuries, the muscle, the ligament injuries, the risk of whiplash, concussion. Actually, what they found was they looked at individuals who had their head rotated. They put head rotated during an accident, like the crash test dummies, and what they found was the amount of stress and strain on the head and neck, if there's any rotation in the neck at all, it's actually equivalent to the largest recorded concussion injuries in the NFL that they've actually had video modeling for. Now that is fascinating to me. So you absolutely want to look straight ahead. You do not want to look from side to side. You absolutely want to look straight ahead. Now, I've gone and I've looked at stuff. I know I'm okay, so I know this is really bad that I'm literally demonstrating to in a video. I'm telling you not to turn from side to side. And I was just in an accident and turned side to side, but I've got evaluated, I'm okay. All right, we're good. All right, so absolutely you're going to want to look straight ahead. What's really interesting as well, as you can see, a really high here in my car, this high headrest. Now, if you have a car that's been purchased in the last couple years, chances are it has a high headrest like this. The reason why is when I was hit, my head came straight back like this. And you see how it's not going to let my head go back any further than that? So if you have a car that's older, the first car I ever drove was a 2001 Mercury Grand Marquis. Think of what your grandfather's grandfather drives, and that's what I drove. And it had a really low headrest. And what research shows is that if our head hyperextends like this after the accident, that's going to cause significantly greater damage as well. Your risk of a whiplash injury, concussion is through the roof with there. So you definitely want this to be right behind you because it's going to stop your head from hyperextending to the side. What a whiplash injury literally is that your neck becomes like an S-curve because your body comes forward, your head hyperextends like this, and then afterwards it comes all the way forward and hyperflexes like this, and think of all the damage that's going to be happening to that head and neck. All right, so absolutely, like, pay attention to the headrest location there. Now, that's all, like, the really simple stuff. If you're in a small car accident, obviously, like, if anything's worse, go, like, don't refuse medical attention. Like, go to the ER, get x-rays, get MRI, whatever it is that they want to do neurological testing. Make sure that you're fine. And here's the most important thing here. A lot of the research that you guys will hear about me discuss on this page, if you're a chiropractor who's watching, also on the podcast that we have, is neurodegenerative issues that happen 10, 20 years following a whiplash injury, following a trauma. I just reviewed research today that was published that looked at Parkinson's disease and actually found that on average, individuals who had Parkinson's disease had a head or neck trauma that contributed to that, and on a median of 21 years prior, that they did not associate it with it. But after doing testing, they found that it actually was associated. The same thing goes to MS. It goes to autoimmune issues, tons of neurodegenerative issues down the line. So if you're in an accident, no matter how slow, the number one thing that you need to do, I think, after we just make sure that, like, we're alive, there's no pressure on the spinal cord or anything like that, is you need to get checked by a chiropractor who understands what is happening here. You need to have them take specific x-rays. You need to have them look at the structure of the spine, do a neurological evaluation, regardless of whether or not you're seeing a symptom. And the reason why is because you might not feel that. You might not even have that come up after the fact. Brady on here commented that he felt fine after the accident. It took a couple days for the head and neck pain to come in. 100% of the case, but you might not even feel that, guys. But the damage can be there. We can have misalignment to the spine called subluxation that contribute to nerve pressure, that contribute to restricting flow of cerebrospinal fluid, that contribute to nerves, that contribute to all these different things. You need to get checked by a chiropractor. I'm going to absolutely do that ASAP to make sure that those misalignments that I do have are corrected so that I can recover at 100% of my best. All right? Thank you guys for watching. For those of you guys who were sending me messages right now, wishing me luck, I'm good. Thank you guys so much. Dr. Anthony Pellegrino from Absolute Chiropractic. I look forward to seeing you guys next week because I'm going to recover at 100%. Love you guys.